Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday the 27th and Friday the 28th of September and the end of the third quarter of 2018. Hope you had a good trading week. Been interesting here. A very dead week, very dead September. We're sitting very much near where we started the month on the broad market. Here's a look here at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form. Really gone nowhere, really been fairly limited in the range. September is usually a negative month. Whereas August is usually a positive month, and instead really we haven't done anything at all, and it's kind of disappointing. The last few days have been bad, and the action today was all after the Fed announcement. Let's look at the major indices and stuff on the daily charts, and then we'll look at the intraday actions. So we've got the crude oil CL contract was up 45 cents to 72.02. Gold dead flat at 11.9920. S&P cash index loses $9.59. The NASDAQ 100 literally down 0.1, about as flat as you can get on the NASDAQ. SOX down 12.97. Biotech gains 16.3. VIX gains 47 cents. Trend closes at 1.44. That puts that 10-day at 0.87, just above the 0.85 number. But just keep in mind, the number that drops off tomorrow, and we've already had the sell signal. I mean, we sat under 0.85 for a few days, and that's the broad sell signal. It doesn't have to mean the next day you tank or something like that. It just means we've had a broad market sell signal in general. But the number that drops off tomorrow off the 10-day moving average is above 1. So anything that's under about 1.1 tomorrow will put that 10-day back under 0.85 still. NASDAQ volume 2.3 billion shares again. That's kind of where we've been. That's decline ratio was pretty steady all day, near even, and then finally dropped in the afternoon. Negative 788 on the NASDAQ, negative 775 on the New York. Google gains 17 cents. Apple down $1.77. Netflix up $8.45. That's kind of a new high for the last month or two on Netflix. Amazon literally up 30 cents. Nothing happens there. Tesla up 8.59. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, bounces off of the near lows, up 82 cents. The Dow was down. Goldman Sachs down $3.62. And there's kind of a head and shoulders breakdown coming here. So this one will end up on the report, I'm sure. And then Facebook was up $2.04. We made some money on Facebook. So now the Fed's behind us. The big problem is that we have 2 days left. Friday is statement printing for end of quarter. They want to hold all those stocks in place and get their bonuses and whatnot. So that means that starts to wear on us on Thursday, and then hopefully we can get something Thursday, because Friday, end of the quarter on a Friday, is not usually a big action day in the market, and after this week I wouldn't expect it to be. Here's the ES. Remember, Monday was pretty flat. Tuesday was flat inside of Monday's range. And then Wednesday, a very tiny gap up, which we filled within about an hour. We drifted up over lunch a little bit, popped initially on the Fed announcement, the rate hike, tried to go higher one more time, and then rolled over. We were right where we had started before the Fed announcement when they started the press conference, and then in the last 30 minutes of play, they really sold the thing off. NASDAQ side is about the same, closed. That's why it's down 0.1 for the day. All right, so what does that mean, and what do we have left for the week? Remember, as usual, we don't typically do market previews on Thursday for Friday because most of the week's already played out. This certainly won't be an exception since we're not expecting much on Friday. So let's cover the data that's left for the week. Thursday morning, we've got an hour before the bell, the final look at GDP, which is not usually a big deal. Durable goods, final goods trade balance, preliminary wholesale inventories, and initial and continuing jobless claims. That's the weekly number, expected at 208,000 on the initial claims. 30 minutes in, we got pending home sales. An hour in, we've got natty gas. Friday, we've got core PC price index, personal income and spending. That's an hour before the bell. Chicago PMI is 15 minutes into the market, and then revised University of Michigan sentiment. And then we go into next week, the beginning of October, the beginning of, can you believe this, the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter is usually where all the trading gets really exciting, right? The fourth quarter and then the first quarter. So we are entering the time of year where things get interesting. Let's hope they do. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Thursday and Friday.